make sure it is well presented, and isn't overloaded with too much information. I think make sure that it is clear and concise. I think that it is really an opportunity for you to demonstrate those skills and attributes. So, and when I say demonstrate them, don't just list them on a piece of paper. You know, you have to give them context, and you have to sort of explain how you have developed that skill set. So, you know, we're looking, you know, if we're looking for someone who can utilize their initiative, listen well, and things like that, if that is a key attribute that you have, you can't just list it. It's like, well, anybody could list words on a piece of paper. So it's like, what have you done in your life through uni, through high school, through sports, that demonstrates your ability in that space. So, and so that's why your CV and your cover letter is important. And your cover letter in particular, because we do read them all, and it is an opportunity to lift yourself off a piece of paper and tell us who you are and why we choose you, and, you know, what makes you you, I suppose. You know, and if you write a really well, clear and concise cover letter and CV, well, that is a core skill for a lawyer as well. You've got to be you've got to be able to interpret the law and translate it in a clear and concise way to a client. And so if your client is, you know, Kelly Pankhurst's mum and dad, how do you get all of that complex legal information to that audience? So I think, you know, with your CV, you don't have to have photos on it. You know, the way it will stand out is if it's just well produced, not overcomplicated with design. It's clear and concise, and it tells us everything that you've been doing, and everything that you've learned, and what you could bring bring to us as a summer clerk. Is that helpful? Is that?
Yes, that is. And I think the thing about your cover letter is really important too, that your cover letter isn't an opportunity just to tell us your CV in a different format. It is really important that you personalise it. It'll be Rach Fahey, myself and Kelly that will be going through applications. And we really do want to know who you are and what's important to you, and the value that we can get from having you within Anderson Lloyd and as part of our whānau. So please do really, you know, let your personality come through in your cover letter. You know, we know what you've been doing for the last few years because we've got that on your CV. So yeah, make sure that that's truly about you.
And I'll just add one more thing, which is a really good tip. So the way that we read CVs and we get the information is through a product called Job Adder. And I think I assume that some form of connection through your Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, whatever your other social media sites can link photos to that site, because clearly some applications I go, there is no way that person has attached that photograph, because it's just not a very good photograph. You know, they're standing with 2 glasses of wine in a pool or something, you know, and you go, that's a social media picture, not a picture that you put on your application. So it's on when you create a profile to put your job into Job Adder, it could just a point to figure that it could pick up those pictures